Okie dokie, let's get started, shall we? So, going to be retrying the level from yesterday. I've done a bit more reading this time, so hopefully I actually know a little bit about the history and all of that. So let us begin. So just to go over all of the bits and pieces again as to how this game all works. We've got our reputation up there. That's the crest. If your reputation gets higher, the crest gets fancier. Admittedly, I've not yet gotten to that point. If you watch the last episode, you'll see why. Then there's soul, which is basically how good you are in the eyes of the church. If your soul goes down to 0, the church excommunicates you, and given that this is in Renaissance Italy, if the Catholic Church excommunicated you, that was a very bad thing. Then on the desk itself we have the options. We don't need to worry about that because it's basically just volume. This game doesn't exactly have fancy graphics options, which is fine for what it is. Then there's secret wealth. I'm still not sure how to get secret wealth because I haven't actually seen anything that uses that yet. Then we've got the market. So for this particular level we can buy wool or alum. So the buying price always seems to be 5 florins greater than what we would sell it for. Basically to make sure we can't just make money by buying and selling straight away. Otherwise you'd have an infinite amount of money, I suppose, which would be nice. However, we will get offers of prices from various other people, and we just have to think about the prices that are currently in the market and whether or not the prices we're being offered are better or worse. Then we have the map, and so this shows us the various different peoples. So we've got Davidzi, no real person, but just represents the wool guild, so people who buy wool. Then we have the Ottoman Empire. Now they produce alum, which is something used to dye wool. However, they're in competition with the church, and, well, as I was saying before, we want the church to like us. We've then got the church mines, so they produce alum. They're in competition with the Ottoman Empire, so realistically, if we want to keep the church happy, we should only ever get alum from the church mines. We've then got the archbishop. So he takes care of everything in the area, so even though on the map it doesn't seem to show it, that probably includes Florence, where this is all set. And hello to all those watching. Hopefully we actually get through this level this time. I did do, as I said, did do a bit more reading, so hopefully know a bit more. Then we have Venice, who they produce wool. We've got Milan, they also produce wool, but they're in competition with each other, so we should probably choose who we want to sort of get a better reputation with, because at the moment, as you can see, we're 50% with both of them. We've then got the turn counter, so we've got 24 turns to get to a reputation of 40. So we can hover over that and check that at any point. We've then got the codex, so this shows all of the bits and pieces, says how many levels are left at the top there, where it says 1 out of 24, tells us our objective. We've also got a side objective to become the having a papal monopoly or whatever on the church mines, which means they only trade through us. We ruined that last time, but I think I know how to stop that from happening again. We've got our reputation, we've got our soul, we've got the wealth and the secret wealth, we've got whatever resources we have, and we've got our reputation counts. Then we can also go through, we can see any paintings we've discovered, so Communion of the Apostles, Cestello Annunciation, Death of the Virgin, and there's quite a few of them going through, and we'll probably see them again as I try to make the correct choices this time. So this time, because I've done this level before, I can actually go through this to check the architecture stuff and all of them to see if I've actually got the right piece of art, because that was one of the problems last time, because obviously having done an engineering degree and then become a physics and maths teacher, art history is not necessarily my forte. and then there's also the sculptures. And then the last but not least, there are also notifications, but we'll see those later. Last but not least, we've got the messages. So we can accept, we can reject, or we can hold. If we accept whatever it's asking us to do. If we reject it, that's it, it goes away. If we say hold, it holds it until the next turn. However, generally speaking, I try to get the stuff done on the turn itself. Ah, yes, I am still here. I didn't know it did that, but yeah. So let's have a look at the deals. So Venice offers to sell 3 bales of wool for 120 florins. So I'm buying 3 bales for 40 each. However, if we look at the market, it's a very bad price for wool. So we're not going to be buying that from them. So there we are. It's slightly lowered the reputation, but frankly, from what I remember from the last game, I'm probably going with Milan anyway. Paolo, the trader, has just returned from exotic lands to the east and is quietly offering some rare Chinese porcelain. It is suspicious, but if you can find a buyer, you may get a good profit. Will you buy it? Last time I did, it ended well, so I'm going to. There we go. And a travelling merchant is offering 350 florins for 5 barrels of alum. So if I buy 5 barrels, I'll be able to sell them at a profit because buying them is 55. So I think it was 5 barrels. Yep. And so we'll accept that, and then we earn more money. Now, from what I understand, one of the main reasons that this whole game is based around people with, well, the Medici family, who are a banking family, the main idea is, realistically, art, unfortunately, is not actually made popular by artists just simply being good at what they do. It's instead determined by people with money, because the people who buy art are the ones who determine what art is good. So by being a banker, an influential individual in the Renaissance, that makes you one of the people who needs to actually know about art so that you can remain popular in the face of the public and high society. So Empoli, a small village outside Florence, is at a poor harvest. You will face a harsh winter. Will you donate 3 florins and 3 bales of wool to make blankets? Yes, I will. However, I'm just going to check. Oh, this is an expensive turn, but I can afford it. So 3 bales of wool. We'll buy those because that'll get us better reputation. Yep. See, reputation and soul, and the church minds think of us better, which we want the church minds to think of us better, because then they'll just give us stuff eventually if we don't stuff it up. So then we've got Donatello's reintroduction to Contrapposto would really bring San Marco to life. Will you choose which of these sculptures would be appropriate for the facade of Orsan Michel? So what I'm going to do is go back into the Codex. We're going to sculptures. So it wasn't that one. We'll look at the half-open ones because those are the ones that we've looked at but haven't necessarily got right, I think. So this one was in Orsan Michel by De Banco. Not Orsan Michel. And this one was, but it was by Donatello. So that's the one we're looking for. Because I don't think it's this one either. No. So yeah, we're looking for that one. Sorry. There we are. So accept, and it was that one that was done by Donatello. Yes! I'm actually possibly going to get it right this time. Will you commission Michelozzo to design a monastic library? Yes, this one we won't be picking anything in particular. But instead we will be just simply helping the community kind of stuff. There we are, reputation and soul. So we're actually going quite nicely this time. Reputation's going up, soul is going up. It's all going swimmingly so far. Now, neighbouring wool merchant has fallen on hard times. He asked for 100 florins with a promise to repay it. So the idea of loaning with interest was considered bad by the church, because basically it was the idea of you should actually be willing to sort of share what you have with other people. a little bit hypocritical from the Catholic Church at the time, but that's what they sort of had everyone believe. However, we've got plenty of soul, so I am going to go for the loan. Yeah, so the church offers alum, a chemical, so that's actually a pretty good price, because as we can see in the market, it's normally bought for 55, whereas here it's bought for 40, so we'll take that, and it helps with the reputation. Ah, not enough resources. Ooh dear. Ooh dear. Let's see if we can change this. So Bruno Shelley derides Donatello's wooden crucifix as a ploughman on a cross. Donatello responds, take wood and make one yourself. Should Brunelleschi ignore Donatello's challenge in this friendly rivalry? He should ignore it, I think, because last time I was petty and it didn't really help. He should ignore it. Okay, so I'm going to hold that so that I can buy it next turn, hopefully. Ah, people like me. Yay. Davizzi, man of his word, repays you the florins. He's glad there are other merchants around with loose morals. Yeah, so willing to loan people money. So the church is still offering that alum. And the bales of wool is actually decently worth it. Can I afford it though? 13 bales of wool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can't. It's annoying. Monks have sent me. I'm going to again hold the church offer. I'm going to reject Milan's offer, even though it's a really good deal, but I don't have the money for it. And I'm going to reject trying to find someone. That's annoying. But this guy has just given me money, which is good. So we'll finally accept the church's deal, which helps with that. Milan offers 3 bales of wool. So that's a very good deal. So I'm going to take that one. Church Mines is selling alum. It's not a great price, but again, it's the church mines. We want the church to be happy in this version of the world. At this time, I mean, the church controlled most stuff. So you could financially back your dear friend Baldassare Cossa, who may soon be Pope. So that guy did end up becoming Pope. It was a good idea. I mean, he ends up getting kicked out for being horrible. But we will offer it. Oh, and someone wanted to buy the porcelain. Yes, we'll sell that to them. Gets us that reputation. We will donate to his cause. So I did look into the history. There was a Pope Giovanni, however much it was, I think it was the 18th, but he ended up actually getting struck from having been Pope for various infidelities and all of that, and they instead stated that Pope Eugene IV was actually the next Pope instead of Pope Giovanni. So for Santa Maria Novella's main chapel, Masaccio wishes to produce a grand fresco so lifelike that parishioners will be convinced that they share the space with the Holy Trinity. Will you help him? So we're looking at Santa Maria Novella's main chapel and by Masaccio. So again, we'll have a look at the codex. We're looking at paintings. Wrong artist. Wrong artist. Wrong artist. Wrong artist. Masaccio. Brancacci Chapel, was that what it was? No, Santa Maria Novella. Santa Maria Novella. Unless, of course, this is a different one that I didn't have to deal with last time, which would be bothersome. Okay, we're going to just have to sort of think it through. So in this case, it's convincing them that they share the space with the Holy Trinity. I mean, this does represent sort of the Trinity, because you've got the Son, the Father, and then there's probably the Holy Spirit floating around. Does this... That doesn't show the Holy Trinity at all. This does kind of show the Trinity, but it's more a sad thing. So I'm going to say it's the middle one. Hopefully I'm right. Nope. Okay. Well, an excellent composition seeker work with the Trinity that represents... God damn it. Okay. Yeah, I read mostly more on the history than the art itself, because finding the exact pieces of art is surprisingly difficult. So Venice asks for assistance in competing against their rival. Will you spend florins in support? I probably won't, but we'll check the next stuff first. Davizi would like to buy 9 bales of wool for 360, sell 9 for 40 florins each. So if we look at it, generally speaking, so it's better than the price that we would buy it for. So we just need to buy another 6. And we're going to accept that one. And Davizi likes us more, which is good. Milan offers 230 florins for 10 bales of wool. Buys 10 bales of wool at 23 florins each. Oh, that's a terrible deal. That's absolutely terrible. We're not going to give them that. Check that. And as a result, I'm actually going to support Venice, because Milan were not very nice. Archbishop Antoninus is pleased with your patronage with the church and trusts you with 1,000 florins in his secret account. So now we start to see the secret wealth. So secret wealth can be used as capital for your business, but only when your bank balance drops to 0. Then any money you make must fill your secret ledger before you can begin to accrue more funds for your bank. Ooh. Then any money you make must fill your secret. Ah, I see. You have a fair reputation with the people, though it could be stronger. Local businesses have deposited extra funds. Good. Pirates have raided one of your wool ships. The rumour has it that they were funded by Milan. Milan's not very happy with me. Milan has heard of your recent loan to Venice and is angered by the support of their rivals. They encourage you to pick a side. I am picking a side. Venice. Merchant Davizi will buy alum used to dye cloth at 4 barrels. That's not very nice. The church mines are selling barrels. So the church mines, again, they're selling them at a very high price, but it's the church mines and we want to keep them happy. With the Guild of Silk Manufacturers and Goldsmiths in Florence would like you to commission a... would you like to commission a new orphanage? Yes. Making an orphanage is good. Now, do we or don't we sell the alum to him? I'm going to say yes, because hopefully he starts to like me a lot. And starts to actually pay me properly. Ottoman Turks will sell alum. As a general rule, we have to say no to the Ottoman Turks, although it's not yet at a point where we have to say no to them. Okay. Venice is looking to buy bales of wool. We will get that wool, so that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Buy it. And we will sell to Venice. There we are. We will also actually take Milan's offer as well, though. So 10 bales of wool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Buy. And we will accept and sell that, because that's good money. And yes, Venice, not overly happy, but we've got a pretty good reputation with them. They've got a decent deal. I will take it, even though the soul is bad, but we do get reputation, which is kind of what we're wanting here. Dear cousin, before you can conduct lucrative international business, you'll need to develop strong relations with regional partners as well as international business alliances. I've sent you a gift so that we may prosper. So yeah, we need to pick Venice or Milan, and it's looking like I'm going with Venice at this point. Because if we look, Venice is 60, Milan is barely anything. Your friend Pope Giovanni the It's the 23rd, not 18th. Ask for funds to support a war against Naples. Will you send a gift? I'm just gonna check. Just gonna check how that ends up on the old internet. So Pope Giovanni the 23rd. Okay, there's not that much about it. Sure, why not support a war against Naples? Good. For 150 florins, you commission a set of tondi from Donatello to complete the old sacristy of the Basilica of San Lorenzo. So Donatello sculpture? I'm pretty sure Donatello did sculptures. Yeah, he did. We'll have a look at the Donatello sculptures, and it's the Basilica of San Lorenzo. Hopefully we've actually got it this time. That one's by Michelangelo, I believe, the one up above that we're not looking at. Basilica, that's by Donatello. That's at a Basilica. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, we're going to have to guess. Will you choose the image that best represents Donatello's response to complete the old sacristy of the Basilica of San Lorenzo? Again, I'm looking this stuff up online, because if I just have to keep doing this over and over again, it's going to get a bit boring for people. So, looking in... okay, we've got an image of what it's supposed to be. So, the Basilica of San Lorenzo is this one. Which makes sense because that looks like Sistine Chapel-y. This was the one we were supposed to pick last time, but it wasn't this particular thing, so it's going to be this one. Yes! Good. Now, Davizzi would like to purchase 9 bales of wool for 370 florins, sell 9 for 41 each. That's a good deal. So we can buy 9 wool, buy it, and then we will sell it to him, which is good. And Davizzi is rather happy about that, which, given that it's still early days, that's good. The Ottoman Turks would like to offer you a deal. The church won't be happy with me if I do that. I'll think about that. Milan is asking for 4 barrels of alum for 100 florins to help them compete. No, that's a dirt poor price. And Venice is happier. Davizzi would like to purchase 3 bales of wool for 90 florins. We want to keep him happy, and it's not a huge loss, so we will accept that. The Dominican monks of San Marco ask for help renovating their convent next to your palace. Your personal architect, Michelozzo de Bartolomeo, would be ideal, but you have him in mind for other projects. Do you command another architect to help the friars? No, because we want to keep the church happy. Now the Ottoman Turks, I will do it, just because of the amount of money that it is. Schism is developing between the church and Pope Eugenius. Makes sense. Milan can no longer ignore your transgressions. They have declared war. Will you donate florins to improve Florence's defences? Yes, we will, but first we just need to check. Okay, 3 men now claim to be Pope: Giovanni, Benedict, and Gregory. Will you continue to support your friend Giovanni? No, we did that last time. It ended poorly because he ended up being a bad person. See? And there we go. Yeah, various sins. Trading marble and chisel for terracotta. Will you contribute to support this innovation? Possibly. And then the Benedictine monks of San Marco suggest that you reserve a space in the convent for personal prayer. Will you ask that the monks set aside 2 cells for your private use? Yes, sure. Monks gladly provide a cell for personal retreat. All of Florence is gladdened by your piety, which they loved back in the day. Trading marble and chisel. No, I'm going to help Florence because I kind of need it, so I'm going to say no to that one. Although we must avoid usury at all times that are appropriate to gift a depositor, so we can have art used instead, which we did see last time. You've created enemies with Milan by trading with Venice. Yeah, kind of saw that coming. Offers to buy wool. That's annoying. Oh wait, I can use the secret funds, can't I? Yes, I can. Okie dokie. Venice offers to buy wool at 450 florins for 9 bales, and then it ends up being quite a decent deal, so buy 9 bales, accept. There we are. To show your standing over the Strozzi family, will you patronize the church by continuing renovations? Yes. We want the church to like us, and we want to be better than the Strozzi because they're a competing family. While visiting your cell at the convent, you meet Fra Giovanni Angelico da Fiesole, a very talented painter. You commission Fra Angelico to create a fresco of the Annunciation for San Marco. Fra Angelico wants to show his mastery of perspective through a pillared portico. Will you choose the result? Yes. A pillared portico. What is a pillared portico? Ah, I see. Okay. So, I checked on Google Images. I would have gone with this kind of thing just because of the sides, although this was the answer to a different puzzle. But a pillared portico is this thing, and this area with all the pillars around the side, which I suppose makes sense. There we are. Good. The Archbishop likes me more. And the Ottoman Turks have given me that money back, which is good, because I needed it. The church mines have suffered a recent setback and need immediate assistance. As their foremost patron, will you send the church money? First, I'm going to do the other stuff. Pleased with your recent business? Yes, I'll go and dine at his home. Good. Now we're selling 6 bales of wool, so each bale for 50 each. That's worth it. So 6. Yep. Good job. And it means that I won't go into my private funds by helping the church mines. Yeah. Florence is holding a contest to determine who will decorate the east doors of the baptistry of San Giovanni. Will you support Bruno Shelley or the unknown upstart? So the baptistry of San Giovanni. Baptistry of San Giovanni. I think in future I'll make sure that this screen is also actually my internet screen is shown so that you guys can sort of see the research as well. Okie dokie, so apparently the south doors of the Florence of the Baptistry of Giovanni, also known as the Florence Baptistry, were done. The south doors were done by Andrea Pisano, and the north and east doors were by Lorenzo Ghiberti. So we will not support Brunelleschi. There we are. During dinner, conversation arose for a possible marriage between your son and Davidzi's daughter. Agreeing to the marriage would certainly increase your reputation and create a partnership. That sounds good to me. So work on the dome of Santa Maria del Fiore is behind schedule and over budget. Will you donate 300 florins to accelerate the completion of the dome so that it is ready? I mean, I will say yes to that, but first I just have to sort these things out. That's cheap wool. Yeah, and we like Venice, so yeah, we'll take it. Prompted in part by Ghiberti's success, Brunelleschi decides to relocate to Rome to study ancient architecture. Will you join the consuls in trying to persuade Brunelleschi to remain in Florence? I will. Okay, apparently it wasn't a very good idea and a waste of money. Not helpful. Work on the dome. Yes, we will. Your soul is not under threat, but neither is it bound for heaven. You may seek to increase your piety if you wish to become the papal bank. I thought I was doing pretty well. So we have 625 secret wealth, but technically no money. The Ottoman Turks sell alum. No. The Ottoman Turks offer 8 barrels of... No, we can't. That's really annoying because... I mean, I'm buying it, so no, I'm going to say no. And no. And no. The church is going to like me for it, which is good. My reputation's not going to be stellar, but it's alright, because what turn are we on? Oh, buddy. While judging entries in the competition to design the east doors of the Baptistry of San Giovanni in Florence, your eye is drawn to Lorenzo Ghiberti's submission. Will you choose which of the artists represents the artist's winning evocation of classical sculpture? Yes, we will. So it's the east doors. East doors. So again, I'm just looking up on Google Images. So the one that it is, it looks like it's this one. Yes, I hope Google Images is, because, so to give you an idea of what I'm looking at on Google Images, it's both of these images. All three of these images, actually. So I'm not too sure, but this one seems to be the right one. Yes, good. After the consuls and wardens add Ghiberti to the Baptistry of San Giovanni project, Brunelleschi feigns illness. Will you insist that Ghiberti take over the dome construction? No, we did this last time and it ended poorly. Yeah. Now, will you sponsor Pope Eugenius on his travels? Yes. Yep. You have lost the war with Milan. They have raided your city and taken your goods. After some deliberation. Okay, that's not helpful. Ah, we have to declare bankruptcy. Oh, actually, no, we can sell stuff. Actually, I'll sell the alum because that's what we're probably going to have way too much of for the most part. Sell. There we go. I'll actually sell some more. There we are. And now we actually have money just generally available. Pope appreciates your loyalty to the church mines and will award you with a monopoly on domestic alum. Yes, I accept. Good. I can't trade with the Ottoman Turks though, which is unfortunate. Church mines have alum. Buy it for 40 each. Yep, that's a decent price. We'll take it. Will you join Davizzi for dinner a second time? Yes, I will. Hopefully that's going well. The dome construction of the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. Can you find your way to the celebratory mass at the cathedral? Yes. Now. So what cathedral are we looking at? Santa Maria del Fiore. Santa Maria del Fiore. So again, having a look on Google Images just for me to figure that out. So it is that one, I believe. Yes, yeah, it is this one here. There we go. Oh, and so much money too. Masaccio strives to portray anguish, pain, and suffering. Oh, we did this one last time. We will do this again. The anguish, the pain, and the suffering, it was the Garden of Eden. The very first sin. There we are. A merchant would like to buy 6 bales of wool for 330 florins, sell 6 for 55 each. Yep, we'll take it. Good. Thank goodness. The ranking clergy regards you favourably. You're well on your way to becoming papal bank. Your peers seek you out for spiritual guidance. Lots of reputation. Good to know. Critical times are fast approaching. Take every opportunity to raise your standing with Florence and the church, that you may establish yourself as a banker of renown if you do not have other success. That's because we don't have many turns left, but we are at reputation 36 and we only need to get to 40. and our soul is really good. Yeah, that's a really good deal. The merchant interested in buying 10 for 800, that's a really good deal. Giuseppe, a merchant from unfavourable town, has come to Florence to ask for a loan. I'm not going to say yes because we don't really need the money, and people like me for it. And last time, it seems like Giuseppe is a bad person who never pays anything back. You learn that Masaccio has been chosen to complete the fresco cycle of the Brunanazzi Chapel in Santa Maria del Carmine. Will you identify the Masaccio fresco that includes atmosphere perspective, linear perspective, and synoptic narrative? Yes. So synoptic narrative was the one that has like St. Paul, which is here. So it's this one. We did that last time and got it wrong. Yay! And our reputation's 40, so it's as long as our reputation doesn't go down, we'll be fine. So the rumours filtered from Rome that Brunelleschi and Donatello dress like vagabonds, raid tombs at night, practice geomancy, sketch ruins, and look for buried treasure. Will you support those destitute artists? Let me think about that. At dinner with Davizi, you present an image of Cupid leading a triumphal procession to celebrate the betrothal of his daughter to your son for 300 florins. Will you choose the correct gift? Yes. Yes, I will do. Cupid leading a triumphal procession. It's not this one, so the one on the right, because that was the birth of Aphrodite. This one, he's not leading a procession. And I think that's Hermes as well. I'm not sure. This one, however, a procession is being led, and Cupid's there. Yeah, it's going to be that one. Yes. Davizi has approached you with a deal. He has a friend who, with some initial funding, can return an investment tenfold. Not only that, but he can keep the entire operation away from the prying eyes of the church. Will you invest? Yes, I will, because I've got lots of soul, I've got decent reputation. We're going to do it. Now, I am going to help them. Yep, there we are. Because they were, Donatello and Brunelleschi were big artists. So you want to keep them in business. Now, a merchant is offering 495 florins for 9 bales of wool, selling them at 55 each. That is definitely worth it. Plus, we can buy these ones from Venice for cheap. Yep, so we'll buy those, and then we'll also buy 3 more. Okay, I wasn't buying it cheap, but it was reasonably decent. And then we sell it, we make a good trade. Venice will buy 4 barrels of alum for 200 florins for 50 each, given that I'm getting it like for free from it. The church, sure, why not? Davizi's friend has been caught embezzling. It's a terrible crime. Yikes. I hope not. To prepare himself for the Santa Maria del Fiore Dome, Brunelleschi wants to leave immediately to study architecture of ancient Rome. Will you support the efforts of the Wood and Stoneworkers Guild to keep... no, because last time we wanted to keep him in Rome, keep him from Rome, and it didn't end well. Venice offers to sell 9 bales of wool for 2. That's a good price. Could you sell 6 bales of wool? Yeah, it's decent. And this is the last turn. Davizi is looking to purchase 6 bales of wool for 180 florins. He also mentioned an invitation to dinner. Sure. Oh, right, need to buy 2 more bales. 3 more. I mean, it's not the best deal, but it's not a bad deal. To be closer to representatives of Florence's most powerful families, you've decided to move your offices to the Palazzo della Signoria with its imposing tower. Will you choose the location of your new office? Yes. So it's imposing tower. This one we got right just from logic. This has an imposing tower. So it's that one. There we are. For one of the layman's cells in the convent of San Marco, Fra Angelico wants to create an image that reinforces the link between the resurrection and the salvation. So we did this one as well last time and got it right. This one shows the resurrection and salvation because it's when Christ was resurrected. There we are. Yes! I actually succeeded. And we secured the designation of Papal Bank. That's good. That's good. That's good. So I will leave it there. because otherwise we'll go way over time for the next one. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope you learnt something. And do have a good day.